City Apparel merch has been a part of my bloodline, my DNA for a very long time. In fact, it was a division of my family business that started on D-Day in 1944. I grew up in an environment where giving back was a part of our DNA. And so when I bought the business from my family almost 10 years ago, we kind of redeveloped who we were and what our vision was going to be. And our purpose became outfitting our partners with smart solutions to radically elevate their brand, driving profit with a purpose to do good. So after I bought the business from my family, again, paying it forward in my DNA, I learned that there was this whole movement around doing good and using profit for a purpose and having businesses be a force for good. And around that topic and that movement, I learned that there was a certification called B Certified. So what does it mean to be a B Corp? Well, it means a lot. For us, a B Corp is kind of split between the middle. We looked at both our social impact and our environmental impact and meshed them together to be who we wanted to become as far as a community steward. Another important impact for me is that I learned that there is a legal corporate structure called a benefit corp. And so we actually amended our articles and became a legal benefit corp. And what that means is that we've made a public statement of what we're going to do with our resources and how we're going to run our business. Specifically to that point, we are going to and have been donating over 20% of our gross profits back to meaningful programs, whether it be social or environmental. What that means is that we're also offering programs like free uniform recycling to all of our customers. There are clients like The Ohio State University. A uniform has been worn out or someone's left. They don't want that to get into someone else's hands. We'll take those garments back free of charge, and they'll be debranded and recycled and make sure that they don't have an environmental impact. We also, when we look at products that we bring into our business, all of the packaging that comes into our business, we're recycling. So that looks like all of the cardboard boxes, but also specifically all the bags that garments come in. Really, we look at our environmental impact in everything that we do, from the products that we offer to our clients, right? So are they ethically sourced? Did they come from recycled material? Can they be recycled? To also not just selling stuff that's considered trinkets and trash, right? So we try to be a good partner and steward by asking the right questions and sourcing the right products for our clients. Why is it so important for our organization to invest in community service? Well, I'll lean back to what I shared about my history, my family business. I grew up in an environment where taking care of your employees in your community was your number one service, right? So I've kind of opened the floodgates, and I could probably say I have a problem saying no, but there are three areas that I would say that we bleed for, and those are for our veterans, children, and those affected by cancer.
The Black Swamp Classic is an event that we put on every summer around September. The Black Swamp Classic supports two major organizations that we work predominantly with, the YMCA and the Braden Kramer Foundation. More specifically, the Braden Kramer Foundation is an organization that our family started to help support local families who are battling pediatric cancer. It's a no questions asked organization where we support them financially to allow families to be with their children as they're fighting the hardest battle that they faced. So it's a really powerful event that has raised over $300,000 for both organizations. A lot of companies say we operate as a family. What makes City Apparel different is we truly operate as a family, and it is a feeling. It's not just something we say. Being able to volunteer with local organizations that mean something and have a story that we're able to tell to our clients and to our community is what makes it really meaningful. The Braden Kramer Foundation obviously is very near and dear to our heart. Braden Kramer is my cousin. I remember exactly where I was when I found out he was diagnosed with leukemia, and knowing that other families in the community have experienced that exact feeling, being able to give back and build a story around supporting those families is something that is honestly indescribable.
One of our guiding principles here at City Apparel is giving back to the community. As part of that, we have 40 hours of volunteer time that is available to all employees. That is such an important part of our culture here at City Apparel. We make it a requirement for employees to be eligible for an employee bonus to perform at a minimum of 20 hours of community service work. I just volunteered this past Tuesday. So the Findlay City school system here has an event that they've been doing for several years called the Big Shake. And it's a way to encourage kids in grades 4, 5, and 6 to develop those interpersonal skills in terms of eye contact, engaging conversation, firm handshake. So the name of the event is called the Big Shake. And so it's in a school gymnasium, and they have so many contestants. They line up and they sit with a group of adults at at a table manned by two adults. And we have a series of questions that we'll ask, and then we rate them on their performance. And so that was a really good opportunity to help give back to the community, help these kids develop confidence with relation to, personal communication, nonverbal communication, which is so important.
My direct relationship with City Apparel and Merch started, I think, back in 2022. I came aboard just a year before that, and Ani's been our campaign chair for 3 years. Just her support, or City Apparel and Merch's support through sponsorships, hosting events, being a part of volunteering. Her CSR policy is like no other I know, and they're always involved in pieces of that. Even sponsoring her Do Good Days, which food trucks have been a part of our Halt Hunger initiative, which addresses food security, and the food trucks give a portion of their profits. And Ani, in her parking lot, I may add, hosted by City Apparel and Merch, and then she matches that. So it's not just even their direct support, but even, collaborating with others.
We've done lots of things to build our culture beyond just the community service. We've got professional development. We have an employee emergency fund to support our team members in a time of need. We also practice habits in our organization that really align with our purpose and our guiding principles. So those habits, as an example, each week, we have a habit that we practice, and we practice 31 habits in a year's time. And just to give you an example, number one is do what's best for the customer. So it's not just about supporting our team, but it's giving them the tools so that they can support the organization, our customers, and hopefully take those habits back into the real world and have a positive impact in their relationships at home.
I would encourage local organizations to see what matters to their employees. If you find out what your team is passionate about, they'll really throw themselves in it completely.
The right thing is to support your team and your community and your environment. That gives people a purpose, right? When people come to work every day and they have the same purpose and desire to help and pay it forward, it makes those hard days a lot easier. And I'll tell you what, your team will be much happier if they feel like they're a part of something much bigger.